Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and welcome to another edition of Pause and Pray. Over the past few weeks, I've found my ministry here at St. Luke's changing in really wonderful ways as it shifted from more public and corporate ministry with people gathered here to more individualized connection, as I've found myself walking through the parish roster and calling folks on the phone, a few folks every day, just to see how they're doing and check in with them in these uncertain and anxious times. One of the ways in which I found to remain connected and also to discover the great treasure I continually discover here of just how blessed I am to serve such amazing people. And one of the things that's continually brought me to a deep sense of awe and wonder in the midst of all that's going on is the discovery when I call people at St. Luke's and find out that I'm not the only one from the church checking in on them. Countless people have told me about phone calls that they've received from others in the parish, or how they're gathering virtually in their living rooms or kitchens to share coffee with one another, using things like WebEx and Zoom and FaceTime and Facebook Messenger, or how others are resorting to the old-fashioned practice of handwriting notes and letters to one another, or anybody whom they find on their hearts in the day and then mailing them off. And over again, people have spoken about how those little acts, those check-ins, those phone calls, those notes have really served to build one another up in a sense of connection and hope and love and in faith. In today's daily office, we're given a passage from Paul's first letter to the Corinthian community. And he's writing to a community with all sorts of gifts, a diversity of gifts. But he reminds them in the passage that we're given that they should do all things for the building up of one another. Perhaps understanding that life will undoubtedly crumble from time to time. We all have those experiences. We can name them in our lives, whether it feels like everything's crumbling now or we've had experiences in our past. But what wonderful news and what a tremendous gift it is that we have a God who doesn't withdraw when life crumbles, but rather draws near, even willing to lovingly sift through the rubble of our lives and slowly begin to put pieces back together to build something up again and anew. And that's invited me to pause and to pray today. I'm standing by this wonderful prized piece of art in the rectory. It's a pencil sketch of Mother Teresa. It was a gift given to me by a dear friend when I was ordained to the priesthood nearly 14 years ago. And she sketched this when she was only a teenager. Mother Teresa understood well how we can build one another up, not in grand and marvelous ways, but in small, little, organic, ordinary ways. Mother Teresa said we can do no great things, just small things with great love. And that's, again, invited me to pause and pray today about all the many ways I found myself being built up in these uncertain times through small and little things, whether it's been the phone calls and the check-ins, or the notes received, or the patience given to me by my amazing folks here at St. Luke's. And also to pause and pray about how I might be called to do something little to help build up someone else today or in this season we all find ourselves in. And I invite you to pause and pray about the same. And again, remembering that the gift of it all is that it need not be something extraordinary and grand. Again, Mother Teresa said we should never underestimate all the good that a simple smile can do, because it only takes one small spark to ignite a fire of God's love. God's peace and blessings to you all.